Welcome to African News Roundup. Starting off this segment, meeting in Brasilia on Monday, South African President Cyril Ramaphosa and his Brazilian counterpart Lula da Silva both called for peace in the Middle East, where the US-Israel war with Iran continues to claim lives. His South African counterpart Cyril Ramaphosa lamented the loss of life in the US-Israel war against Iran, which has claimed more than 2,200 deaths in the region, warning that, in his opinion, both nations should be ready to defend themselves. And Brazil's president suggested Brazil and South Africa could boost cooperation in the defense sector. Since the US and Israel carried out airstrikes on Iran on the 28th of February, war has spread across the Middle East, with countries including Lebanon, Qatar, and Kuwait among those affected by the violence. Here's my view. Cyril Ramaphosa and Lula da Silva expressed concern over the ongoing conflict involving the US, Israel, and Iran, and calling for peace and respect for international law. Now, while advocating diplomacy, Brazil and South Africa has also suggested stronger defense cooperation, reflecting a balance between promoting peace and ensuring national security in a tense global environment. Still on African news, as accounts of human rights violation in South Sudan, it piles up, and the spokesperson for the UN High Commission of Human Rights has voiced concern about this. Saif Magango said in the past 17 days, more than 160 civilians have been killed, and at least 139 of them by fighters from the Bull-Nuer ethnic group in Abianom locality in the Ruweng administrative area on the 1st of March. On the 21st of February, 21 civilians were killed by the government forces in Panko village, Ayod County, Jonglei State, where soldiers lured them into a gathering at one place, promising to give them food aid and then open fire on them. He called for an immediate ceasefire in the country, which has been plagued by violence for years, and government forces are attempting to retake the territory from those loyal to first Vice President Ramaphosa, who has been suspended from his role after being accused of plotting to overthrow President Salva Kiir. In my take, the ongoing violence in South Sudan shows how deeply rooted political and ethnic tensions remain, as the rivalry between Salva Kiir and Ramaphosa continues to destabilize the country, while civilians pay the highest price. There is an urgent need for genuine peace efforts. Finally, on African news, many Egyptians are fretting over price hikes that have seen the cost of everyday goods surge. It comes after the government increased fuel prices, blaming soaring global energy markets due to the US-Israeli war on Iran. Price hikes of up to 30% were announced overnight on Monday. Both vendors and buyers are struggling amid the price hikes, and the hikes imposed on diesel, natural gas, and gasoline were imposed after oil prices rose over to $119 on Monday as tankers remained blocked in the Strait of Hormuz. Situated between the Persian Gulf and the Gulf of Oman, the strait is viewed as the world's most important gateway for oil transport. This is my analysis. The recent fuel price hikes in Egypt, triggered by global energy disruptions from the US-Israeli-Iran conflict, are directly affecting everyday goods. With increases of up to 30%, ordinary citizens are feeling the pinch, leading to reduced consumer demand. This also highlights how international crises can quickly ripple down to local economies, hitting ordinary people the hardest nationwide. That's all I have for you on this news. All this news are gossip from African News. Do not forget to like, share, and subscribe. Thank you.